Hello and welcome to another update video about Link. Here we are on the Chainlink chart right now, and the Link chart, the daily chart, shows that we could still go a little bit lower, no problem, and still allow for a bullish outcome. I want to share that with you now, based on the structure here of the daily chart, and then we'll take a look at the smaller time frame. Here on the daily time frame, what you can see is that we're tracking an A, B, C structure still. To the downside, basically a correction that started in 2024. That is at least one of the reasonable scenarios. A wave down, B wave up, C wave down. Whether that is a wave B in yellow or a wave 2 in white doesn't matter so much in the short to medium term. It is more important to understand, to watch for the bulls to turn up before the price breaks below critical support. Normally the 78.6 retracement is really what needs to hold. That's where we want the bulls to turn up. Yeah, that's where we want the bulls to turn up, and at the latest. Okay, that doesn't mean that the price has to test that level. At the latest, we want the bulls to turn up there. Do we have to get another low? Also, that is not an absolute must, but it would look best with another low. Either way, from a daily chart point of view, that is really just noise. It's important that we are holding above yellow support, or at least above the 78.6 fib level. And once we see a first micro 5-wave move up, followed by a 3-wave pullback, which we can call waves 1 and 2 of wave C in the yellow scenario, then we can add support for wave 2, by the way. And then we can say that the third wave should likely take us higher into the blue box. Then there will be a wave 4 and a wave 5. This would give us a 5-wave move up in wave C of B. When the market has done that, there's a good chance that a major top forms, a substantial top. Yeah, that means a substantial top, a substantial pullback should follow from there. We can watch for another 4-5 pattern then. I will add support if we really get there. And then wave 4 can potentially provide some support for another rally. But that would be a bonus. That would be really nice to have. I wouldn't necessarily rely on that because the yellow scenario allows for a major top already up here. How is that? How does that belong to the overall bigger picture, larger time frame chart? Well, what we can say is that the initial decline here was just an A wave in yellow. This here is an ABC structure in wave B, and then we could go down in wave C into the next bear market. So either way, I think for now, the main question is not if it's the yellow count or the white count. No, because we don't know yet, really. Okay, the main question is whether the bulls turn up before we break below 690. That's the main question on the daily chart. On the smaller time frame chart, the main question is whether we have already put a local low in place or not. At the moment, there's no evidence for that. Okay, this is really the smaller time frame 1-hour chart, where we can see a reaction that happened on the 11th of March. The price started to move higher, absolutely, but only so far in 3 waves. That's not a 5-wave move yet. That's a super choppy move, super choppy, super messy. The blue structure here shows how a 5-wave move up would look like. Why is that important? Because a 5-wave move up would suggest that a substantial low has actually formed. But we have a wave 1, we have a wave 2, maybe. Wave 1 is a 3-wave move, so it's super speculative. Then this would be an A, B, and we could get a C wave in wave 3 next, then 4, 5. This is speculative, very speculative, but valid as long as the market holds above the red line at $13.20. So that's the key level to watch there. That's the key support level that must hold to keep the blue scenario alive. Below $13.20, one more low in the making, okay? That's how I see it. So again, we have a short-term bullish and a short-term bearish scenario with a key pivot in between that keeps us safe. If anybody was trading it on the long side, the invalidation point is that red line. And that's the key level that helps us to determine where probabilities, in which direction probabilities are going, basically, right? At the moment, the short-term trend is clearly up. I don't really trust it until we get all 5 waves completed, because the 5-wave move up would indicate a more substantial trend shift. To confirm blue further, I need a break above $15.16. So that should give you all the key levels. If we get another low, $11 is key support, the next one, yeah. But that should give you all the key levels. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, I can only recommend that you join us on X for further discussions, further analysis, further updates. You find some additional updates here. Today, for example, I updated ICP. Yeah, that there are some videos that are not uploaded on YouTube. You guys on X, you ask regularly for certain updates, and they are uploaded here. So if you don't want to miss out, check out our X profile. X allows for more in-depth discussions as well with the community. You share your opinions, share your thoughts around certain charts that can all be found here. The link to our X profile is pinned in the comment section. Thank you very much. Have a great start to the week. Bye-bye.